they aren't getting the money, that the police can easily figure out who they are. I think so. They killed him. Hi, I'm Nishita from Goa Explore, and you're watching me on GoaTalks. I'm a social media influencer. I'm from Goa Explore, and apart from that, I'm also a lawyer. So I manage both, and I did my master's in law, B.M. Salgaonkar Law College, and yes, I think so. I started Goa Explore in 2016 when there was nothing like social media influencing or influencer. It was just a page out of, pure love for Goa. One of my friends suggested me to start the page because I was having this really cute Persian cat whose page I had made on Instagram, and it had a lot of followers, around 7,000. So that is what my friend told me to do, something like this, start a Goa page so that, it might get some nice views and likes. So that is how I started in 2016, and since then, this has been the journey of the page. So the basic idea was exploring everything about Goa, the places, the locations, the culture, the traditions, the food, and everything that what we call as Goa or Goan culture. So that was the idea behind Goa Explore. So exploring everything about Goa. So that was the basic idea behind naming it Goa Explore. As a child, I was honestly, like for me, I was an all-rounder. So I was good at everything. I was, winning medals in sports, in drawing. I was good at studies, in poetry. So I didn't have a personal kind of a aim to what to be, because I was good at everything. I could just pick anything, and I know I would be good at that. So I didn't have a personal aim or such. But people around us, they usually train you to think about being a doctor or a lawyer or this. So just like every 90s kids had to go through this phase of, satisfying the society and how they want us to be professionally. That's the phase I went through. But for me personally, I was good at everything. So I couldn't really pinpoint as to what I wanted to be. Yeah, most of the time I am doing my influencer and blogging thing. It is only when my I need to assist my father, I usually go to court. But apart from them, I'm majorly doing blogging and influencing, and that is my major part of my time goes in that. So I usually don't plan on to kind of, increasing followers or something like that. I don't really focus on that. Uh, what my main focus is always, showing whatever culture Goa has. Or if, all these restaurants and hotels, they invite me to do blogging or to showcase their business places. So I usually go there to create content, and I travel places of, various locations of Goa, and shoot that also. So basically it is all about that. I am actually a big self-help books reader. So usually people like Robin Sharma, or books. Lately, I've been reading a lot of spiritual books by Sri M. Sadhguru. So reading goes more about life and deep aspects of life. Apart, I don't read novels like stories and all of that. I'm not interested in that. So it is only something books which I could learn from. So it is usually that kind of reading. What's your favorite book and some book that has really helped you could say? So there's this book. It's called The Surrender Experiment, and that is one of my favorite books. Apart from them, I really like. I've read the recent books of Sadhguru, which is Death, Karma. So those were really interesting and something very interesting. And also this book of Sri M, called as the Himalayan Yogi. It was one of the most wonderful books I've ever read. So yes. How have these books helped or impacted you as a person? I think when you read books like these, they really humble you in life. you come to know that life is not about numbers or number of social media followers you have. It is not about how famous you are, how much money you make, or all these superficial things. They don't really matter. So this is how these helps book have helped me, all of these books. So yes, they really make you humble, and they give you a reality check about life. So yes. The only challenge I face is, I think so, keeping up with posting, because since it's social media, you have to be regular at posting. I think I post almost every day. I just take one day break in a week. Apart from that, I have to post every day. It is usually 90% of the time it is my content. Very rarely do I collaborate with, only on the request of bloggers do I collaborate with them. But usually it is my content, so I have to keep posting. I have to be there on the page. There is no like off days for me. Every day I'm on there on the page, coming online. Even if I'm sick from the bed, I have to just open the page and check. I have to post something. I have to collaborate. So yes. Oh, social media trend. I think I really like when some of these influencers, they really go out to help people, like normal people. Recently, I saw this reel of, I think so, Nakshatra, his name is, and he usually helped like a common person into removing some of the offensive content which was uploaded of his on social media. So I think so, such people and such content, when they are posted, I really look up to these people, and I really like how they, in spite of having everything and all about the life and in Instagram and going on, they make time to go outside their comfort zone and help people. So yes. Role model, I do not actually have like a role model as such. I don't uh, aim to become like somebody else. So I do not have a role model, because every person is unique and every person should be how they should be unique. But I usually like people who have come from the down to up by struggling, by facing all the challenges. So you can take anybody, like people like Cristiano Ronaldo, or somebody like all these actresses, or somebody into, so anybody who has worked up, I usually look up to them because their struggle is really inspiring, and how they could tackle the challenges in life is really inspiring. But personally, I do not have a role model, because I feel that every person should be unique, and every person should be ever evolving, changing, and learning from their surroundings. I think so. There was this trend where many were really upset with people sharing certain locations. They were like, I think so. Every travel blogger has gone through this, of people being upset of sharing certain locations of Goa. So yes, there has been criticisms, but I think there has to be a balance, has to be maintained as to uh, how can we navigate through this, because tourism, as much as we want to deny it, but tourism is an integral part of Goan economy, and we cannot deny it. Most people depend on tourism, at least when it comes to North Goa. I think so major people depend on tourism industry. So we cannot be like uh, don't call the outsiders to Goa, or don't promote. So I think so this is just really not a good way to deal with uh, uh, when it comes to Goa. I think so every person, irrespective of whether they are from outside or whether they are non-Goans, I think so every person in India has a right to travel. I think so it is one of our constitutional right. So I don't think so anybody can say that you all don't come to Goa, or you know all of that. So yes. During the COVID time, I was constantly posting about the blood groups and oxygen cylinders that was continuously happening on the page. even now, if there are any environmental causes and people want to collaborate, I'm always open. I'm always ready to collaborate with such people. So yes, that is always there. As I said, I don't think so. I'm much of a planner as such. I don't know, because social media is very fickle. It's there right now. It's booming, but you can't foresee its future. You can't say in next 5 years what it will be, because you don't know what it will be. It is ever changing. Suddenly a new app comes. Suddenly some bans come. So I don't go on planning on how do. Usually I plan only my months, 1 month's content. That is my whole focus. What locations I'll go, which restaurants I have to visit for vlogging, who has invited, and all of that. And if there are any festivals of Goa, certain cultures of Goa, then I have to shoot that and put on the page, because that needs to be promoted to, and people need to know that Goa is more than just, beaches and locations and all these tourist spots. It is like we have a very rich and an ancient culture. So this is what I usually plan on for the page. I think when it comes to Goa, I cannot really pinpoint a favorite place, because literally every place is beautiful and unique. But when I go for cultural festivals, like like recently we I shot the Navratri procession that goes in temples, the uh, and also festivals like Sangor, or the one which we have in Diwar, Bondera, Carnival, then Shigmo. All of these festivals which are there, I usually like to make a point to go and shoot, to showcase that to tourists, or even the younger generations, that uh, to remove that image of Goa, that Goa is just this only fun and parties. So yes, I used to under my father. My father was a public prosecutor, so he had many criminal cases. So I used to assist him, of course, in those. This was before the social media thing. This was after I completed my law, and I have done wonderful cases, and actually while I was practicing, I came to know, since it was only mostly majority of the criminal cases, I came to know that many of these cases uh, are even falsely put on people, just to trouble somebody. And also one thing I noticed is that all these high profile cases and all, even though it is a small, it might be a smallest issue, it doesn't need any social media or like the news and all of that, but still the way it is highlighted in the media, like it's one of the biggest cases. That is what I noticed, because a lot of media used to come all the time to take interviews. So while I was practicing as a criminal lawyer, I think so I really enjoyed that phase, because uh, I was usually on the victim side, to study the case and to make sure the victim gets justice, or no point is missed while I'm researching on the case, so that the victim gets justice. So yes, that was a really fun part. I have done this case of a, it is a very famous case, I think so. Most people will know if I mention, but I'm not mentioning. So it was a murder case where law college students, murdered their own friend. And there were other students also, but some of them were law college, some of them were from other colleges, and they kind of kidnapped him, and they took him somewhere in order to extort money. And all these people were well-to-do, and in order to extort more money, they were running some business to extort more money. They kidnapped some rich friend of theirs, and when they came to know that they aren't getting the money, that the police can easily figure out who they are, uh, I think so they killed him, and they beat him a lot, so he died basically. So of course, they were caught very easily because Goa is a very small state. It is everybody knows everybody. Everybody sees what is happening around them. So it is very easy to crack cases in Goa. Goa has, if you don't know, Goa has one of the most best, solved cases when it comes to record. Goan police are very good at solving cases because it's a small state. Everybody knows everybody, and it is very easy to crack cases. So they were obviously caught very easily, and after that they were sent to life imprisonment, and I think so they're still in jail. But yeah. I think so. If you're a lawyer and if you're an aspiring lawyer, uh, only if you have that stamina in you physically to be working for 12 hours a day, more than 12 hours. Basically 12 hours is just at least 12 hours. So if you want to be a very successful lawyer, you have to practice for the next 10 years for at least 12 to 15 hours a day, and that is only how you can become a successful lawyer. So I think so if you have that stamina in you, if you have that passion in you to give that time and effort, then only you should be a lawyer. Otherwise, or you can just do law, and there are several other things you can do once you take the degree of law. You can go for that. But if you want to become a really successful and good lawyer, then you have to put in the time, and you have to go to court. So it is a lot of tiring work. You have to go to court, come back, you have to research, you have to read, then again next day you have to repeat the process. So if you go 8 a.m. in the morning, if you leave from your home 8 a.m. in the morning, you will be home by 9 p.m. You won't be home before that. So if you can do that 12 hours, as I said, then you should go. But if you are of course, you can be a small time lawyer, you can do small things. But if you want to become like a good, successful lawyer in 10 years, you want people to know you, then you have to put in that much time. And for anybody who is getting into influencing, I think consistency is the most important thing. I think so. You cannot become a content creator or a well-known content creator. You cannot grow your page, your brand, if you are not consistent. So every day you have to post something, and you have to be well researched at it. You can't just post something. You might get followers, but then you won't get, a good brand name. It will be just like any, they call them chapri or whatever. So you have to create some content that has that makes certain difference, whether to tourists, whether to local Goan culture, or anything. Whatever, if yours is a food page, then you should be really good at it. It shouldn't be just for the sake of followers or sake of fame. I think so nobody should become a content creator for followers or fame. If this is your intention, if this is why you're getting into content creation, please get out, because you will get depressed after a while. You are bound to get depressed because your aim is followers and fame. You are bound to get depressed because social media is like that. It will always make you feel you are lesser than others, because there will be obviously somebody better than you. There will be obviously somebody who's doing better editing than you, better shooting than you, better at speaking than you. So you're always going to feel less. And if your one or a couple of content that you have posted doesn't get the kind of feedback you are expecting, then you will feel sad. And if this cycle continues, slowly you will feel mentally depressed. So if you are looking for that, don't get into content creation. But if you are looking to just enjoy the process, to go to these places and shoot, and you love the process of it, you love editing, you love posting, you love conversing with your followers, if you love that whole process, then get into this. But one thing is very important, is that commitment. Without commitment, I think so this social media doesn't work. Yes. So thank you for watching me on Goa Talks. I'm Nishita from Goa Explore, and yes, thank you.